Our pace of living leaves us little time for leisure. Our program will give you a chance to experience the fascinating world of traveling, extreme adventures, hunting and fishing. Each week we will take you to the most beautiful places of Kazakhstan. Fishing in the summer is good. Just choose the place you like, set your tent, throw the fishing rod and start fishing. In the winter, however, one should be more careful when selecting the fishing site. First of all, not everyone will agree to sleep in a tent. Secondly, fish doesn't bite well everywhere. Experienced fishermen say that in order to have good catch in the winter, one should start feeding the fish in the fall. Today we head for the southern near Balkhash area to fish on the ice.
4 дня потепления.
We have 4 days of thaw. We need to set off at night. We will have a slim chance the muddy road will freeze. A long journey awaits us, 370 kilometers on the highway to the Karoy settlement and the 60-kilometer traveling off-road. Balkhash is the last town on our way, so we get our cars fueled and fill 12 canisters to stock up. We cover the paved part of the road in 5 hours, and then, as soon as we arrive in Karoy, we turn to the part of the road on the salient desert and go on the journey. When the road is frozen, it is easy to travel on it. But when it gets warmer, it challenges car drivers. It has been warm for the past 4 days and the road has literally disappeared. We have to reach Lake Asubai. It is very easy to get lost in the near Balkhash area without the GPS. We should notice we have driven past 7 bridges over the springs. And here we are at the shore of Lake Asubai. The road to the lake has got muddy, giving Valeri's car a hard time. Had the road been better, we would have arrived at the place earlier. Overall, the way from Almaty to the Delta base camp takes 8 hours. At the camp, we have a very warm welcome by guides Mikhail, Alexander and Victor, as well as cook Gulia. The base camp is situated on the area of 100 hectares and it has an inn with 10 beds, a restaurant, 3 wooden log houses with 4 beds each and a house for the personnel. About 60% of all the buildings are heated with solar power. Only when it gets extremely cold, the inhabitants of this village use wood to make themselves warm. The business of running these premises is mostly oriented to host and cater for visitors keen on underwater hunting in the neighboring lake. Also, the place is popular with avid fishermen. The southern near Balkhash area is rich in both white and grass carps, aspens, perches, wobbler, bream, crucian and catfish. A few years ago, a stranger invaded the area of the Ili Balkhash water bodies, the snakehead, which had never been native here. We try to catch wobbler and carp just in 100 meters from the camp. The first thing we need to do is to find where the fish bites best. Volodya makes holes on the ice with his bore in different places. We try different kinds of bait. Volodya succeeds in drilling holes here and there. Wobbler bites warm and warm grub baits. As for carps, we only catch small ones that weigh up to 1 kilo. The ice is very bad. It's thin, but the fish is biting well. For the past 2 years, the level of water in local lakes has declined by 2 meters. While in 2012 it was 6 meters, now the lakes are 4 meters deep. Alexei feeds the fish with corn on a regular basis. The wobbler baits our bait, but not intensively, so Valery suggests changing the fishing site. That's it, we've fed the fish. We'll come here in the afternoon. In the evening it bites better. The base camp is situated in 15 kilometers from the shore of Lake Balkhash. Being in the near Balkhash area, we cannot miss the opportunity to visit the lake itself. We've had 4 days of thaw and the roads are muddy now. It's difficult to travel in an ordinary car, and now we're trying to reach Balkhash by off-road vehicle. We have come to the ice of the Maitan Bay. The ice is getting thinner, but it's still hard enough. The Maitan Bay has overgrown with thick canes. It is abounded with cane bushes and numerous springs. It is very easy to spot the melting parts of ice. One can see crows and white-tailed eagles around them. Some fishes go after the surface of water where the ice has melted as they need oxygen. Alexander and Mikhail have set a big tent and fed the fish beforehand. A week ago we set our tent, and since then, to our surprise, the place has changed a lot. A settlement of fishermen decided to set their tents too. We can see some cars from Almaty, Karaganda, and fishermen from Bishkek have set their tents separately. Avid fishermen are ready to cross the borders of the different country to enjoy good fishing, all for the sake of their favorite pastime activity. We decide to approach the Kyrgyz fishermen to get to know them.
Наши конкуренты оказались группой из Кыргызстана.
Our rivals are a group of fishermen from Kyrgyzstan, 5 cars. They went to Kyrgyzstani Lake Karasol to fish. But the fish didn't bite there, so they moved to Uken, and then, traveling on the ice, they came here through the Korday customs border post.
Волшебное слово.
Let the fish bite, large and small. It must be here. The fish is everywhere. Here it is. We have just spread the fodder and we've got it. Now the fishing gets more exciting. We catch about 50 wobbler fishes. Here's one more for you. but we have a tight schedule and it is time to go back to the camp. Tomorrow we have a small excursion to the middle of the Ili Delta to see riparian forests, which, according to the government's plans, should become a protected area called the Ili Delta. This guarded territory has already been called the tiger's habitat. The reason for that is the recent finding about a similarity of the genome of the extinct Turan tiger with that of the existing Amur tiger. The question of reviving the population of Turan tigers in the near Balkhash area by bringing Amur tigers has been discussed at the government level. But before the implementation of this plan, it is necessary to increase the number of host species at the Ili Delta. We have to make a small excursion to the middle of the delta. We move up the stream along one of the streams on quadricycles. Today it's got a lot colder, minus 25 degrees centigrade. But it's good. The ice has got hard since last night and the chances we may break the ice and fall are minimal. In some places we have to leave the car and walk, as it is a big challenge for any motorized transportation to travel across the lakes. Here we can see bubbles under the ice. The ice is 2 centimeters thick. Mikhail is an experienced guide, and with him we easily avoid all the tricky places around the lakes. In some places we come across holes dug by wild boars. This is now a protected species, as wild boars will make one of the main kinds of food for the reviving of the population of the Turan tiger. We don't see any roe deers on our way. Mikhail says that last spring, when the animals had just had their young, there were several fires in the area and the disasters declined the population of the hoofed species. Every year at the delta of the Ili River, thousands of hectares of riparian and cane forests burn because of fires. Fighting with fires is one of the missions of the planted sanctuary area. Fires are particularly dangerous during the season of drought and lack of water, because canes protect the lake from excessive evaporation of water. On our way we see a fire on the horizon. It gets dark and it's time to return to the camp, and we anticipate fishing at night. At this time of year it gets dark at about 8 p.m. and fish starts to bite at about 7 p.m. By 8 p.m. fishing may be at the height. I've just arrived and have already caught 10 fishes. Wobbler bites baits well. A new one is caught as soon as Vladimir changes the bait. Time flies quickly and we don't notice it is 11 p.m. 4 of us have caught about 200 fishes. It's time to go to bed. Tomorrow we have to return home.